Jonathan Krohn, Virgil Walker with We the People. Just want to do a quick interview with you if we could. Listen, how long have you been doing this? I remember seeing pictures of you on the internet. How long have you been involved?
I've been involved in politics since I was 9 years old, but I really got to be known since since last February because I spoke at the Conservative Political Action Conference. I actually have a new book coming out next year called Defining Conservatism, a Philosophical Treatise for the Modern Age, coming out February 22nd of next year. So yeah, I've been doing this for a while now.
What kind of, when you come to places like this, what about it stirs you up? What about it do you think? Why do you think this is an important place for you to be?
I think this is an important place for any American to be because today, with this great crowd of individuals, we're going to make a real difference. A real difference by letting our government know we mean business. We want our freedoms preserved. We want our Constitution preserved.
Why aren't more young people like you? Why aren't there more, or are there? Are there a lot of young people that are connected with the political process?
Well, it depends on what you define as a lot. There are more young people than you would think, but there are less American young people than I would like. I mean, there are so many young people that voted for Barack Obama, and that's partially why I won the election. But there are so many young people who, when they are presented with the facts, they come and they cling to conservative thought and they cling to constitutionality.
What do you think is the key to have a greater turnaround where that's concerned?
Sure. I think one of the greatest things the Republican Party and the conservative movement in general needs to give the facts to the people, not just to the old people or to the middle-aged people, to the young people, just as much as to anybody else.
Good deal. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk.
Hey, Jonathan, L.G. Hamilton, I have a son who's 8 years old. He's enamored with Barack Obama. What would you say to kids like that who are just enamored with the position of president to help them maybe realize they're not even ready to talk about politics? I see you were at 9. I wish my son was. But what would you say to guys like that?
You need to give them the ability to listen to the facts, give them all the facts, and allow them to analyze it themselves. It might seem like, because at a young age they really won't be able to process it as much. But the more that they are immersed in the facts, and the more they're immersed in logic and morality and in facts, the more they'll actually learn, and the more they'll be able to comprehend it the older they get.
Right, you're brilliant. Okay, one last question. What did you think about earlier this week when the president spoke to the kids at school? What was your opinion?
Well, I could tell, and anybody could tell, that it was a speech changed at the last minute. I mean, you could tell just by looking at the menu of classroom activities, as they called it, on the Department of Education website. They changed it a few days earlier. The speech, if you read it, was 56 times he mentioned his name, or I, or me. Within 18 minutes. You just don't do that. He changed the speech to talk about himself so that it wouldn't be something that's highly partisan.
Right.
So it was a speech that talked about responsibility, something that he hasn't really emphasized before. But he's doing that simply because it sounds good and he won't get in trouble for it. It was really to make sure that he wasn't in big trouble before his healthcare speech.
You're brilliant. Any chance of a political future for you?
I hope not. But I do, like I said, I have a new book coming out in stores across the country next year. But I also will be. I also like to do television and radio and column writing. So that'll be things I like to do. I like to do political analysis and speaking and column writing and book writing more than I would like to do actual walking in the halls of Congress.
Right. You know what? I agree with you. People come to me all the time on our show and say, "We wish you'd run for office. I can do more good outside of office." And so I encourage the same for you. I appreciate you. I want to give you my card. I hope you remember us because I'd love to call you sometime and interview you again.
Sounds great.
Thanks a lot.